Hey Scorpio, welcome to a no contact tarot reading. You know, I spent the last 3 weeks doing the love readings for all 12 months of the year for each horoscope sign. It took me about 3 weeks to do those readings. And now that I finally got them done, I decided I would come to a no contact reading here. You guys often request these readings, but I don't do them a lot, so I figured why not, as I'm getting back into the flow of things at the beginning of 2026, why not do one of the most requested readings that we have here? So, Scorpio, Seven of Swords is here. 10 of Swords is here, and the Four of Swords is here in the reversal. These are really heavy energies, by the way. Like, these are not very good in the are they going to communicate department. Because, I mean, if you look at it, the 10 of Swords is an ultimate no energy. It is when something has been completely severed. In the upright position, something has come to an end. And whatever it was that came to an end, I'm assuming it was the Seven of Swords dynamic, another depiction of difficulty, usually associated to somebody who took off, like really quickly, got up, took off, and was out of here. That is the card of being ghosted, by the way. So uniquely, though, it's in the reversal position, which is a card of counsel. Like when somebody's, it can be someone who just babbles, but it can also be good counsel. And I am more prone to thinking that this is a card of someone who's trying to talk, but they don't, or they're speaking to someone else and not you. I'm more prone to thinking that because the Four of Swords in the middle of the reading, it is a card of someone who deals with like wise administration tasks, which is a format of counsel again. But this isn't communication in the sense of like someone who's trying to be very lovey-dovey. It's almost like this person is like hyper logical. Like the way that they think is almost like a math equation. It feels very not just strategic in a cunning way, but like matter of fact. Because it's about counsel. It's about finding wise information. I'm not prone to thinking that it's you that they want to talk to, though. But let me give an extra bit of a shuffle here and see what this is about. Let's just pull a couple extra cards. Why do they have this counseling energy? The Hanged Man is here in the reversal position, gaining a new perspective. Five of Pentacles, the ghosting card again, gaining a new perspective about the ghosting situation. Oh, they're trying to gather information before they speak. That's why. And I say that because the Knight of Swords, that's a messenger card. But it's somebody who might anticipate a little bit of a battle. And the Knight of Swords is the one who goes into battle, but it is a messenger. Right before people go into battle in history, from a historical point of view, a king would send his messenger to alarm the other kingdom that battle was about to happen. So it is a card of messengers specifically. And because of that, it is a card of someone who needs bravery and someone who deals with resistance. So at this point, this person's not going to contact you, but because the Hanged Man position is here, which is the card of getting a new perspective, this person is gathering information so that they will. This person is too resistant right now to communicate with you, though. Something holds them back. And it's courage. They need more courage. It's almost like this person in their logical thinking wants to have every single piece of perfection first and all of the facts put together first, because they don't like to deal with communication unless it goes just smoothly and one way and matter of factly. I feel like this person has like a feeling of being uncomfortable when they have to go through conversations that might have some bumps in the road. So they would rather gather all the factual information first. But it's unique because this person is actually looking for a changed perspective also. You know, it's almost like they're waiting to that moment where they can convince themselves that the reason that they want to reach out is justified. There's a part of them, I think, that does not think it's justifiable yet, but they almost think that it will be if they just keep searching. I also think that the Knight of Swords energy, if you know anything about historical tarot, the card that ends up developing into the Knight of Swords, like evolving like a Pokemon card, it's the card of the spy. It's the Page of Swords. And that Page of Swords energy in certain tarot decks or symbolic readings or oracle readings is associated with a bird, because birds are messengers. That's why on this Knight of Swords, the bird is here. So it is a messenger bird. So this person right now does not want to communicate with you, but when they gather the information that suits them, then they will. So they are on a long enough term going to talk to you. It's just not soon. That's the general understanding of what's happening here. Now, what I'd like to do is I'd like to put these cards back, shuffle a little bit more, because I want to know what they're going to talk about at this point. Like, not at this point, but when they finally get the balls, when they get the bravery to speak with you. Because remember, there's the cards of bravery here. So, yeah, just kind of looking at what they're finally going to speak up about once they get all the information, I think is valuable. The Hierophant card is here. The Ace of Swords is here. And the Sun. I feel like this person is going to talk to you about what rules they set for their own selves in this situation. Because the Hierophant is the card of rigidity. It's the card of dogmatic ways of looking at things. So this person, because they're very hyper logical, it's almost like they only see one way to deal with it, and they'd like to tell you what that way is. Like, as an example, somebody who is really wanting to work on a certain job, they might say to you, if it's a relationship, as an example, it might be something like them telling you, oh, I really need to do my job first before I get in relationships. You know, so they give a rigid rule, is what it is. Or I just have to do this thing for 2 weeks. It's like that. Someone has given themselves a rigid rule because they really don't like they don't like it. They do not like it when they hit those bumps in the road. The card of the Ace of Swords is the card of triumph and victory when it's in the upright position. But when it's in the reversal, this person is afraid of some kind of considerable loss. And I think they're also going to explain to you what they think would be a loss. It's probably like the thing that they're afraid of losing is probably why they have given themselves a rule system. Now, in a modern sense, the Hierophant card is the card of commitment. He is a priest. He does marry people. He is involved in marriages. So there is an avenue where this person might want to talk about the fact that they do like you. They do want to commit to you. And if this is like not a relationship, then it's not talking about somebody who wants to commit romantically if you're dealing with family or if you're dealing with friends. But what it's asking is, or letting you know, is that this person wants to unite. They want to work together. They do want to come together. But they don't know how to do that. I think they want to talk to you about how they want something. They want this kind of togetherness, but they don't know how, because their ways of approaching logic, the way that they're trying to map everything out into logical perfection so that they don't feel like they're taking a loss, this is one area that they're having a hard time mapping out to see the outcome. I know that because the Sun card is here and it's in the reversal. The Sun card is the card of knowing. It is the card of revelation. It's when everything is clear and laid out on the table. But in the reversal, the sun is not quite up. Think of it like the sun is down and the moon is up. And eventually, as the cycles of time go, the sun comes back up and reveals more. So as it's in the reversal position, it's not revealing everything. They still have more that they're trying to gather in terms of information. It's a little bit intellectually exhausting. I'm sure for you guys hearing that, you might very well know that this person kind of hyper analyzes everything and needs it to go like a certain way. But imagine that feeling for them, quite frankly. Just putting it out there. Okay. If you can tolerate that with this individual, then the Sun card is a beautiful omen. Yes, the Sun card is in the reversal, but according to both historical tarot and modern tarot, the Sun is a card of great omens of success. So this person who's afraid of a great loss doesn't realize, because they can't see it, that there is actually a way, there is a path towards victory. There is a key to the success with the Hierophant card. And I say that because on traditional Rider-Waite-Smith deck, it's not a picture of a goat or a ram. It is a picture of the papal head. It's a pope, the head of the Roman Catholic Church. And at his feet, in the hands of the other, in the hands of the two people that are at the bottom of the image on the traditional tarot, there is 2 sets of keys there. And this person is trying to figure out the keys. He or she is trying to figure out how to do this as smoothly as possible. What I think they're missing, to some degree, is following their heart, because the Hierophant doesn't usually do that. He follows the wrong dogmatic rule system. He follows rules, regulations, institutions. Perhaps your person is dealing with some sort of an institutional situation. They might be dealing with stuff in their work or in a school system, because the Hierophant reflects, again, institutions. So think, offices, buildings, court cases, educational facilities, things like that. So the person that you're dealing with, this big goal that they're trying to do could be institutionally related, and they're trying to merge the two together. How do they have their unity with you while they've got so much on their plate already? They can't see the answer, and they want to talk to you about it. But again, because they're doing that, they're following their intellect too much. They're not following their heart with the situation. It seems a little stressful. They will communicate with you, but I don't think it's going to be soon. So I'm going to leave you off with that. If you're ever interested in a private reading, feel free to get a hold of me at the link above this video or in the description below. I have same day 2 questions for $20. Really easy, really doable, through my storefront. And they are just like this. If you have a question, the same day that you order one of those same day readings is the same day that I send it back to you. And if you ever want some more free readings, those are over on my TikTok, already uploaded right now and good to go. You can always get some of those over there, or some of the extra content videos are also available on my TikTok right now. All right, thanks very much, guys. Many blessings to you, and ciao for now.